We're on.
All right, everybody. Welcome to today's promotion ceremony, and thank you for coming out here. Good afternoon. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Levine, the Commander of Public Health Activity Japan, and I have the distinct honor of hosting the second promotion here of the day. So this is a great day for sure. And this one is for Chief Walker. So before we get started, just let me say hello to and welcome our brigade command team, Colonel Villacorta and Sergeant Major Haley. I'd also like to welcome virtually Chief's family out there in the virtual space. That's his brother Brian, his other brother Nathan, his mother Heidi, and his father Kenneth. I know you're all super proud of your family today, and thank you for being with us virtually. And of course, here with us today is his wife Ebony and his daughter Zoe, who every day provide the support that goes into making Army families the incredible units that they are. And we talked this morning about just how to navigate this world as an Army family and all the challenges that the children might have, and Zoe and his wife. It's not just challenges though, it's opportunities too, just to take advantage of being in this Army lifestyle. So thank you for everything you do as an Army family, and this is your day too, so congratulations to you as well, Ebony. All right, so the first time I ever heard Chief Walker's name, because we've been in for a long time together, but we had never served in the same team. Last summer, I was in AIM, you officers know what that is, and I was looking for my replacement to replace the warrant officer that was here in Japan. And I had like 25 people, on that list hoping to come to Japan. So I asked my current warrant officer at the time, Chief Nyland, he's like the greatest warrant officer ever that we had to work with. So I said, hey, who do you recommend, Chief? So he looked down the list and he saw Chief Walker's name. He said, this is your guy. And I said, is he good? And he said, oh, he's better than me. And I'll never forget that. Chief Nyland was the best warrant officer that I ever worked with. I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, he's like me, but better. And I'm not going to compare the two, because I think they're both just cream of the crop. But he wasn't lying. Chief Walker hits every single cylinder, every cycle you want for a leader in this Army. And he's just an incredible, well, first of all, subject matter expert. And he keeps me, the commander, out of harm's way because he just runs the program so smoothly. But he's also more than that, because he's an elite trainer of soldiers. And we found that out the first time we saw it, we put him to the task. But this week coming up is just another example of the kind of training that he's going to put on. And I'm already giving him kudos for something that hasn't happened yet, but it's because I think so highly of him, and I know how prepared he always is for everything, and I know the kind of training he's going to conduct. And he's fortunate enough to have two other warrants in our activity who are here today with us, who benefit from having a role model like this and a mentor like this, who does everything that he does and does it with like a grace and sort of a calmness that I think we all appreciate in leaders. The Army's there's lots of leadership styles, but for the most part, no one's looking to get screamed and yelled at. But you want someone who's calm, collected, cool, and who's just got that confidence, right? And that's Chief Walker. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, right? Every time you think you got that last tool out, there's just one more thing in there. You're like, oh, that's a magnifying glass, right? And that's what Chief Walker is. And every time I just sort of need a product from him, no matter what it is, he just produces. He just puts forward something incredible. And I know he's also just as talented as a family man, back in Japan for his second time. And I'm happy that we were able to arrange this assignment. And Warrant Officer 1 to CW2 is an automatic promotion, but this one This one is earned the old-fashioned way, right? And it's sort of like becoming a major if you're an officer. It's like being a field officer now. So there'll be more expectations of them, higher levels of responsibility, and we have no doubt, because the Army doesn't give promotions for the stuff you've done before. The Army promotes you because it sees potential for you to do more. And that's why he's taking on this next rank. And I think his family's gonna do the honors, and I'm gonna step out here. Are you ready, Chief, to get that next rank? All right, so with that, post the orders.
Attention to orders. The President of the United States has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Marcus Allen Walker. In view of these qualities and their demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, he is therefore promoted in the United States Army to the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 3, effective date 1 March 2021. At ease.
Right? You can hang on to that. It's yours. It's all yours. We'll do the book first. I state your name.
I, Marcus Allen Walker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
to bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Okay, so this is the part I never like. I don't like talking about myself at all. I would have been just fine walking into work today, put a new rank on and being done with it. But for everybody on the line, so Colonel Lakota, Sergeant Major Haley, if you're on the line, thank you for attending. Miss Dennis, Mr. Jordan, of course my brother Brian, I know you're on, and Nathan, if you're on, and my mom. I'm glad that you guys can be a part of this, because I don't think you've been a part of any of my promotion ceremonies. Not true. My mom and my brother were there for me for when I graduated from WACS. So they actually there to pin me on my W1 rank at Fort Rucker. So that was actually pretty good. But in general, I know we don't get to see each other as much as we want to. So thanks for being a part of this. Of course, for my wife and Zoe here, my daughter. It's been married for like 10 and a half years now. We've been for Campbell, Germany, for Belvoir, here. I've deployed Iraq, Afghanistan the whole time. So thank you for tagging along with me and then dealing with me being gone a lot, especially TD-wise with the current job that I have now. And same thing for Zoe. Every time I go somewhere, she always calls me on Duo saying how much she misses me and wish I was home. So thank you, Zoe, for dealing with that too. Everybody else, again, when I first signed my indefinite enlistment contract back in 2012, my whole goal was to make warrant and get to W3, possibly W4 before I retire. So this is a big deal for me. I was planning this from, almost 10 years ago, so I'm actually very glad I got to accomplish this. When the board came about, I wasn't really nervous, but I knew based on my record and how I could be going forward, I felt strongly that I would make it. So I was glad to see my name on that promotion list back in October. So just again, I'm not gonna talk too much about myself. Just thank you for being here. We have some snacks from our favorite bakery that we just discovered a couple weeks ago in the break room for you guys to enjoy. And again, everyone on the line, thank you for attending this ceremony. That's all.
So Chief is gonna be in charge of all the op orders from now.
Congratulations,
Alright, so I think now, hey,